Hey guys, welcome to week five's weekly overview video. I hope that you are doing well and staying healthy and sane, as I always say during this very interesting time. So just like always, I'm going to give us a overview of the assignments for the week. And before we get into that, I kind of want to just tell you the topics that we're going to be talking about. So last week we spent our time looking at the conflict of the Arab-Israeli conflict. You guys did 2 assignments on that, how that stems from religious controversy between the Arab Muslims and the Israeli Jews, and how that has impacted society. And then you guys also took a look at last week the importance of the Middle East when it comes to oil and our dependence on it. And you guys took a look at OPEC, and then you also started the war on terror, taking a look at the first country that we invade after 9/11, which is Afghanistan. And you guys read an article and completed an exit slip on that. This week, the first part of the week is going to be spent finishing up the war on terror. So we're going to spend Monday and Tuesday looking at the war in Iraq. And then Wednesday and Thursday, you guys are going to look at a more modern terrorist group that has been terrorizing the world, which is ISIS. So we'll be looking at the rise of ISIS and how or why ISIS is, or why it draws in young people specifically. Okay, so that's kind of our topics for this week. So in Google Classroom, you will see the first thing is always that you have your Google Meet links. I just copied those again. It's the same links, so feel free to drop in from 9 to 11 or 1 to 2. If you have any questions on these assignments, I will be there just sitting and waiting. So make sure to stop by if you have questions. Okay, so let's talk about Monday. You have 2 tasks for Monday. The first one is to watch this intro video, which you are already doing, and that is again an Edpuzzle. I think that is a good way for me to see that you actually have watched the video, because I know some of you were not, and to see that you understand the expectations for the week. So you will answer the questions that are embedded in the video. One change, though, is that there is no separate survey for this week. There was some confusion last week about, some of us watched the video, some of us never got the link. I am just going to embed the questions into the survey, so you don't have to worry about completing a separate survey this week. Now, to get credit for watching the video, you guys know Checking Progress Book that I am assigning credit for completing and watching this video. You do have to watch the video 100% and answer all of the questions. So if you answer just a couple of the questions and don't watch the whole video, you won't get full credit. Okay, so that is your first task. The second task you have is to complete some video notes, and they're pretty short. And this will be the War on Terror for Iraq Part 1. I've split this up into 2 parts. You'll complete Part 2 on Tuesday. So your task is to complete the video notes using the Edpuzzle video that is linked below. And you'll use this student document that is attached. I'll open it up in a second. And this is the Edpuzzle video that you will use for the notes. Okay, so let me open up the student document. This document is what you will use for Monday and Tuesday. I have not split it up. So part 1, yes, I know I'm logged in as myself. Okay, so part 1, you are going to simply fill in these notes on this top section. That's all you have to do for Monday from that Edpuzzle video. Okay, so it's just some context on the Iraq War, why we entered, and then just kind of some key players, things like that. Okay, so I even have on Google Classroom, please note that you do not have to complete the entire handout on Monday. So on Monday, you do not have to do the documents and their questions or the final thought exit slip. You do not have to do those Monday. You can wait until Tuesday to do those to pace yourselves a little bit and not overwhelm you on Monday, okay? So video notes and this intro video is your task for the 27th. Tuesday, I then say that you will complete part 2 on the War on Terror. So you will go back to the student sheet from Monday, which is what I have open here, okay? And you will evaluate the decision to invade Iraq in 2003. When we say evaluate, remember, we're looking at, is it justified or unjustified? Was it a good decision to invade or a bad decision to invade? Okay, so you will have, as you see here, 2 documents, document 1 and document 2, and there are questions that go with each one, and you will answer those to help you evaluate. And then you will respond to the question of the assignment, which is, how should we remember President Bush's decision to invade Iraq? Was it justified or was it unjustified? And you will cite evidence to support your answer from the documents. You guys are pros at this by now. Just make sure you're citing, make sure you're using direct quotes. But like I said, you guys are pros. You guys know the drill. Okay. Turn that assignment, once you complete the documents, you will turn in the assignment on Monday, right, for Monday's assignment, okay, to get credit. Okay, let's see. As always on Tuesday, we will have our world history teacher meeting. So if you want to stop by and ask the world history teacher some questions, please feel free to do so. The link is down there. But you can always stop by my office hours specifically at another point, from 9 to 11 or 1 to 2, using the links up here. Okay. So that is Iraq. That's the war on terror. Then Wednesday and Thursday, I have broken up the rise of ISIS. So these 2 assignments are going to be similar to the Arab-Israeli conflict ones that you completed last week. Okay, so you will have 2 presentations assigned to you, one for Wednesday, one for Thursday. And all of the materials and resources that you need, again, will be linked in the presentation. You are not going to put this in presentation mode. Again, just like last week, you're going to need to type on this presentation and do things on the presentation. So do not put it into view mode. Otherwise, you will not be able to manipulate the document. Okay, so let me get this loaded up here. So you are going to complete part 1 and part 2. This whole document is part 1 and part 2. So there's nothing else you need to do. You just need to stay on this document. But we are going to look at today the differences between Sunni and Shiite Muslims and how that causes conflict, and the rise of ISIS and how it got its power. Okay, because obviously ISIS is a pretty big threat in the Middle East currently. Okay, so first things first, on slide 2 here, there is nothing that you need to do on this slide besides read it. You will need to read this because it gives you some key terms and definitions that you will see throughout. Let me move this up here. Remember, you are not clicking the present button, guys. You are just keeping it like this so that way you can type on it. Okay, let's go over some background. I want to read this to you guys just so you know what the concept is that you're going to be talking about and looking at. So in recent years, our world has seen the rise of a terrorist organization called ISIS, or ISIL. They have taken responsibility for many terrorist attacks around the world. They are known for their extensive and effective use of propaganda and violent displays, including beheadings and executions of soldiers and civilians. The rise of this organization stems from division between the Sunni and Shiite Muslims. To understand this conflict, we will look at the differences between these groups and ISIS's rise to power. Okay, so all you need to do is just review this slide. And then you will move to part 1, where we are comparing the Sunni versus Shiite Muslims. Okay, so first thing, your first task for Wednesday is to watch this video and take notes. So you will need to answer one open-ended question here and then fill in the blanks for the rest. Okay, and you don't have to worry about typing in another color because I have made it so that it will do that for you. Okay, just like last week, please remember that you can watch the videos as many times, go back, rewatch as many times as you need to successfully fill in these notes. Okay, so taking a look at the conflict that is surrounding the Sunni versus Shiite Muslims. Okay, that's all for part 1. Part 2 is the rise of ISIS. Specifically, how did ISIS rise to power and stay in power in the last 6 to 10 years about. I mean, it kind of depends on where you look in history, but they've really risen to power pretty recently. So again, you guys are going to be doing some notes. I know this is a little small. This is a very complex topic. There's really no basic way to describe this, so I've shortened it down the best I can. If you guys have questions on the rise of ISIS after watching the video, please make sure to reach out because it is very complex. There's a lot of interconnected pieces with this. Okay, so just like on the last slide, you're going to watch this video here on the history of ISIS and what they believe and fill in the notes. So you do have one open-ended question and then the rest are fill in the blank. You will probably need to pause, rewatch the video for this one, but everything is laid out. I didn't necessarily like summarize anything. It's pretty verbatim from the video to the notes. Okay, so make sure that you are pausing and rewatching as needed. Okay. And then finally, once you have finished watching the videos, you will complete the reflection questions for this part of the activity. So you will be summarizing the conflicted relationship between Sunni and Shia Muslims. What is their main disagreement? And then as of today, you're looking at the current situation of ISIS. And the question for you is, based on what you've seen and what you can infer, is ISIS still a threat? And explain your thinking. So I will be looking for 2 answers for the reflection questions. And then when you are finished, make sure to submit that assignment. Okay, so really, it's just 2 sets of video notes that are pretty short. I think this one's like 3.5 minutes, and this one's like 5 or 6. It's pretty short. And then 2 reflection questions. Okay, and that is for Wednesday. Then Thursday, we are going to complete part 3 of the rise of ISIS. And this is something that is unique to ISIS as a terrorist or extremist organization. They target young people. And they do it very well. So our question that is going to drive this unit is, this activity is, why are young people drawn to ISIS? How do they do it? What is so appealing about this violent organization that it brings in people your age, sometimes even younger, right? People leave their homes in different countries to join ISIS, okay? So the very first thing that you guys are going to be doing is it says select one of the new segments below to watch and answer the questions on the right. They're about the same length. I know this one says 60 minutes. It's not an hour. It's a segment from 60 Minutes from Australia. They're about the same length. Okay, I think one may be like 2 minutes longer. All right, so they're comparable in length. So it does not matter which one, but both of these are talking about how ISIS recruits and specifically who they are recruiting, okay? So depending on the video that you pick, watch it in full, and then you're gonna answer these 2 questions. So what patterns do you notice about the types of people ISIS is recruiting? So think about their characteristics, their social situations, their mental health, etc. Okay, there are a couple different characteristics there. To get full credit, you should get 3 to 5 things. And you can just put those as bullet points here. So 3 to 5 things to get full credit on this question. And then the second part is, how is ISIS recruiting these people? What methods and strategies do they use? Why do you think these are effective? Okay, so there are actual methods that ISIS uses, ways that they make people feel, tools that they use. You're going to get 2 to 3 things for this question to get full credit, okay? And make sure you do talk about why do you think they're effective, okay? So that is the first task. The second task here, I have listed a song. Usually I have us listen to the song, but I don't want you guys to be listening to ISIS propaganda at home because that might seem a little strange. So I'm gonna have you read the lyrics and think about what would be appealing to someone looking for change if you heard this song, okay? Or if you read the lyrics, okay? So this song is called For the Sake of Allah. Allah meaning God in Islam, and you will answer the questions. And the text, the lyrics are here, okay? And the first question is, what is the purpose of this song? So why was this song created? based on what you read. And then the second one is, if you were looking for a change, what 2 things might appeal to you in the song and draw you into this ISIS movement? Okay. Again, guys, to get full credit, you will need to list those 2 things. If you just give me one, you're not going to get full credit. Okay. So that should be pretty straightforward. But if you get stuck, obviously reach out during office hours. Okay. And then again, for Thursday's assignment, you have 2 reflection questions. So answer today's question using what you have learned from today's sources. Why are young people drawn to ISIS? Put your thoughts together. Give me a summary in your own words. And then number 2, even though ISIS has no more territory under its control and has been weakened, why is ISIS still considered to be dangerous based on what you've seen? Explain your answer using evidence from the videos and sources today. Okay, so again, to get credit, you will need to answer these questions, answer the prompt, and use evidence where it's asking you for you to use evidence. Okay, please feel free to stop by and chat with me about these questions if you're stuck, if you don't understand something that they talk about in the videos, for example, or you don't understand some of the lyrics. Okay, but once you finish these 4 slides here, make sure to turn it in for Thursday, April 30th. And then that's it, guys, because you do not have school on Friday. Teachers have a professional learning day, so you guys do not have any assignments for Friday. So pretty straightforward. Like I said, make sure to stop by those office hours, 9 to 11 or 1 to 2, or shoot me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But I miss you guys. I've been looking forward to seeing your work every week. Thanks for being patient with me with grading. This has definitely been a change. But I hope you guys aren't too overwhelmed. And I hope your teachers are being flexible. If you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know. But I look forward to seeing you guys, or what work you guys give me for this week. And I will talk to you soon. Have a happy and healthy week. See ya.